try to get a block or something that's at least, you know, can give you a little leverage for some of the poses that we're going to be doing. And the first thing that we're going to do is, hold on, Coke. I'm going to stand back up because remember we're supposed to stand first and then sit down. So I got all seated and I was like, oh, nope. All right. So first thing that we're going to do is get in our nice mountain pose, which this is our good standing pose to be in before we get started. So we'll have our feet hip distance apart, and we'll lift our toes and then press them back down, right? We'll lift in our knees. We'll draw our shoulders down and back, and we'll turn out like you're reaching your fingertips down in this direction. This will help draw the shoulders down and back. And then as you reach up with the head, it will increase that dynamic tension in that direction. Taking some nice deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathe. Get a birds feel like chirping, right? Taking in all of the nature around us, right? Just for a moment. Nature around us, trying to share it a little bit with you guys, right? Breathe. We'll gently bring our palms together. And then what I'll do is, again, bring my shoulders down and back and then press my thumbs right in the center of my chest. So it helps me still draw myself back, right? Breathe. Set a little intention for your practice tonight. One more deep breath. And then we'll release the hands, right? Okay. All right. We're going to start just a little bit with a swinging motion to open the body up, right? Kind of our usual breathing, hands up and down. Just kind of swing a little bit, right? Opening up that upper torso a little bit. Doing a little different. Body gets muscle memory and we want to change it up, right? A couple more of these. All right. And I'm going to have my arms to the front. And then I'll swing them up. Inhaling. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, I'll swing up. Exhale, swing back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale back. This time I'm going to inhale up. And then we'll bring it down here. Like little goalposts, right? Breathe. Take it forward and back. Inhale, opening. Exhale. Inhale, opening. Exhale, close. Inhale, opening. Exhale, close. Inhale, opening. Exhale, closing. Inhale, open. And release down. Then we're going to start moving in the midsection of the body a little bit, right? Here. We're kind of doing the arms a little bit. So then we'll work on the midsection. We're going to do a little bit about stretching side to side, but then we're also going to fold a little bit, right? Okay, so you can see me. First, I'll inhale my arms up. I just kind of go to the side, right? Reaching. Now see, when I go to the side, what I want to do is feel myself almost kind of push into that opposite hip, right? Pushing, but you're also not just hinging over like this. Feel like it's an up and a stretch over, right? That's why the arms go up first to create the stretch over, right? Then I come back to center. I reach up again, right? Getting a lot of space, and then over to the other side. Back to center, right? And you're going to inhale and then exhale. Arms going to go out wide and fold. Looking back between my legs, right? I'm going to come up halfway. Slightly forward. Bring my shoulder blades together, right? You see how they're hunched, but if I bring my shoulder blades together, my back flat. Exhale, release again. Push down to my feet and come up. Palms come together. I come to my heart, right? Do it again. Same cycle. Inhale up and lean over to the side, right? Back center, right? Over to the other side. Back center, then fold. Again, looking back between the legs, right? Okay. Now while you're here, take your hands and grab your opposite elbow. Now, as soon as I do that, I can feel more gravity take over. Hands, it's amazing how much my hands were helping to hold up that upper torso. Now when I grab the opposite elbows, I feel the stretch even more coming up and over my hips, right? Breathing. Press down through all the sides of the feet, right? Press and then feel yourself lifting up and over. Release the hands back to the mat. Come up halfway, slightly forward, flatten the back, right? Then release again. Then come all the way up. Push down through the legs, arms come together. Okay. All right, now what we want to do, I'm just so happy right there. You should go over there. Okay. Okay. So we're going to get our block nearby, right? And I want you to put it on the right side of your mat. Now it's here, and I have a long side. If you have the block, you know how I always talk about this is small, medium, and then large in a way. So we want it on the medium leg side. I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to stand right alongside of it because I want it's on my right side. So I want that right foot to be right in line with that block. Okay? I'm going to step my left foot back, right? And then I'm going to allow my heel to come down. And with this, I'm going to turn back forward. Now, when I bend my knee a little bit, I can tell already, right? I'm going to need a little more because see, the knee's going to be in front of the ankle. So I'm going to have to inch that front leg out a little bit, right? Here. Beautiful. Torso turn forward. And I want to bring my arms up, but then open them out until Warrior Two. Right? So I'm in a nice Warrior Two pose. Breathing here. Now watch how you are with this, right? That the body feels like it's getting a stretch. Remember what we did when we had the wall last time? Really paying attention to how that back heel is pressing, getting a nice bend in this front knee, right? And the arms are extended. Like they're not just hanging here. I'm really reaching, right? Both directions. My gaze is in this direction. So just for a moment, it's almost like I take my hand and around those forefingers, and I'm looking over my thumb. And I'm going to bring this arm around, almost like a little bow and arrow. And then bring it back, right? Stretching it out. Come across, bring it back, stretch it out. Come across, bring it back, and stretch it out, right? Left hand's going to release here, and I'm going to swing this one up and back. And what I want to watch is that when I do that, sometimes I see people when they do that, this front leg wants to straighten. Don't let it do that. Just let that whole body go back like this. Right? Keep this knee bent. Then you're going to experience more of the stretch here. Right? Breathing. And then look up, which will help you to bring your shoulder back, right? All right. And then as you cartwheel over, right, you got your forearm right here, and then you're going to lift up in this direction, right? Again, I'm going to look up to help me draw the shoulder back, right? Because it's almost like there's a wall behind me. I'm putting both my shoulders on that wall, and I'm reaching up. Breathe. Okay. Beautiful. I'm going to come back up. And to do that, press down on the legs and then hold the core in, right? Do that. Okay. Now we're going to straighten the leg. Now when I reach this time, I'm going to reach and my hand is going to find that block. This way I'm going to go into my triangle pose, but I'm going to hopefully be able to get a deeper stretch because I have the block instead of having to reach down quite so far for the floor, right? So I'm here. I extend this way first. Then as I reach, see how my hand will find the block here. And then I'll watch and look up here, right? Now I can feel, now see I can deepen into the stretch a little bit because it's a bigger stretch to get down to the floor. Now even if I had the block here, if that feels too much, when I say you have the other side, it could always come up. Or if it's not enough, you could flatten it. But starting here, what I want you to do is be able to really stretch back, open up this hamstring, right? Get yourself really rotating those shoulders back against that wall. Breathe. Hold in here for a moment, right? To deepen the stretch. And what I want you to do is bring the arm down and around, and then see if you can adjust the block on the inside of the foot and put both hands on the block, right? And I'm still flattening my back. And I may go ahead and turn that back left foot so all 10 toes are facing in this direction. Now I feel the stretch in the back of this calf, along with the stretch in the back of this hamstring. And I brought the floor up a little bit with the block, right? Got both my hands here, gazing slightly forward, right? Now to come out of the pose, see, bring hands to the hips, press down in the feet, bring the body up. There we go. You can rebend that front knee, adjust that back leg, right? Bring us back to our warrior two. Then we can swing around to our warrior one. And we step forward, right? A little block between my legs. But I made it back, right? Okay. Woo. Got a good stretch on that side, right? So now, blocks on the left side, right? The left foot is going to be the lead foot here. Okay. I stand on the side of this block. And I step my right foot back, right? Now let my heel come down. And again, I check. I can tell I'm getting ready to bend that knee. So So I might have to widen my stance a little bit, right? In order to get the full effect of the pose, right? Again, remember we're pressing down on that back leg. Even though sometimes we concentrate on this front foot, we don't want to forget to balance it out in both directions. Arms go out to that warrior two, right? I do that same thing. I got that thumb, arm comes around, and I pull back. Okay? Arm comes around, just rotating that shoulder a little bit, right? Back. One more time around, and back. Beautiful. Right hand to thigh. Don't lose the bend in this knee. Just bring this hand up. Breathing. Of course, I'm looking up so I can bring my shoulder back. And I exhale and come over, right? My forearm makes contact here. I draw this right shoulder back, right? And up it goes. Up goes the hand. Then I bring myself back up, right? I straighten this leg, and then here's that nice little block, right? So I reach, 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 and then let my hands find the block here. And again, once I look up, I'm gonna bring the shoulder back. And I rotate it around, right? I shift the block to the inside, and I put both hands on the block. And the thing I can tell, see how my shoulders want to hunch? I can tell myself to bring my shoulders down and back. Maybe adjust where all 10 toes are facing forward. See what feels comfortable, because I want to get a good stretch in this back calf back here. But I don't want to overextend it. And I'm looking slightly forward. Breathing. Hands come to my hip, right? I bring myself up. Then my little leg wanting to shift out, right? Then back to that bend, right? Warrior two. Swing around to my warrior one. And then I step forward and release. I'm always amazed that you add a block and add a prop, and you right away it feels like you're working so much more in the pose. You always do, it feels like. Okay, so we're going to do another one where it's more wide-legged, and if you have your block, you're going to bring it more to the center, right? So I'm going to turn long ways on my mat, and I'm going to use the long side of my block in this direction. I'm going to put it right here so I'll have it. And then I'm going to widen my stance, right? My feet are parallel to the side edge of the mat, right? Got a nice little stance. I can feel like I'm getting a little bit of a stretch here, right? I don't want to lock my knees, so that's a great way to get lightheaded. So I'm keeping them nice and subtle, right? All right. Put my hands on my hips. Breathing. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to hinge forward, right? Now I can hinge forward, and I can put my hands right here on this lovely little block, right? And then I can look slightly forward, bring my shoulders back, right? Beautiful. Watch for where I don't lock my knees, okay? Breathing. Just gonna hold right here for a moment before we go to the next piece, right? Allowing the body to make any adjustments. Okay, so the goal is to see if I can get my head on the block, right? So I'm gonna come down, right? See if my head will hit the block. I might need to, who knows, I may need to widen my stance a little bit. Right? There's my head, right? What are my hands going to do? Like right now, they're underneath my chest. But what I'd like to do is turn my fingertips backwards and kind of place my hands on the mat like this. So now prep my head, legs, breathing. Don't lock your knees. Nice deep breath. If I didn't have the block, I would just see how far down I could go and push my hands backwards, right? My hands felt okay. The block just allows you to get to a point where you can actually relax enough to let the legs feel the stretch. And you're not trying to hold like I am, your little 10-pound head, right? Breathing. Okay. I bring my hands back, right? Lift my head up just a little bit, move my block. And to work this out a little bit, bend that right knee, kind of lean over. Come back center. Bend that left knee. Right? Center. Do it one more time, right? Right? Center and then left. Center. Now heel, toe your feet together. Center back, hip distance. Now this time when you fold, you can see I'm going to wrap my arms back around the backs of my calves. If I need to, I could get a slight bend in my knees, whatever feels good. I'm able to wrap straight. If I bend just a little bit, help that fold happen, that's good too. A little bit of an inversion, so do some deep breathing. To come up, I want to push down in my feet, bring my arms out wide, protect my back. I'm going to come all the way up. Arms come to my center of my heart. Okay? All right. I do want us to try a balance pose that we really, I don't think we've done this at all. But it's like the half moon. And you can use your blocks for this, okay? Now again, I'm going to have my block at the top of my mat. Okay? And this time I'm not going to be standing near it because when I actually fold forward, then I'm going to reach because I want it near my hands more than my feet because I'm going to be balancing on one foot and the hands are going to be on the mat or on the floor. Okay? So with any balance pose, right, as I have said before, we're always paying attention to here at the waist. So when we go to bend over and we go to lift one leg, that's what we want to watch. We want to make sure that even in the folding, when I lift the leg, see, this doesn't happen. And it's more like this. See how everything stays steady and it doesn't move? It will help with the balancing. Okay? So, feet are hip distance apart. Arms go up, getting space in the spine. I exhale and fold, right? And when I fold, I see where my hands are going to land. Then I come and bring that one block there. Why? The block is just to bring the floor up a little bit. You can do it without the block. But again, I'm getting the support of the block so I can also deepen the other stretch because I'm not having to reach down quite so far to the floor, right? Okay, so now I'm here. And what's going to happen is I could use one hand or both if I want, just to start, right? So I've turned my block sideways. I'm kind of holding it. I have both my feet. Now I want to balance on my right foot. So I'm just going to tip my left one back. See how I'm just like up on my toe a little bit. And I'm checking myself to make sure I didn't do that little hip thing I talked to you about. And I just went straight back with it. And I keep going straight back, pointing it, and seeing if I can lift it up, right? Now I can either point or flex my foot, whatever feels good, but keeping this leg active is the key, and then standing tall in this leg as well, right? So I can feel myself standing up tall, and if I can, this left hand is going to see if it can come to my hip. Breathing, nice deep breath. Yeah, I need to move my block over there. Better. Right? Hand comes down, leg comes down. I'm gonna fold, and then I'm gonna come up. Hands come to my hips. Right? Right? And in between, just to move it around a little bit, because I can feel it. Bring the feet a little bit, like hip distance, and do a little rock. You feel where the hips like, ooh, what's happening? So let's just make a little adjustment. Help it out, right? And then we go back the other way. Alright. Now I'm going to get back in position, right? My block's right there already. Again, feet hip distance apart. I get a good stance with my feet. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Right? I'm going to bring this block back. So it's right here where my hands are. And this time, it's right underneath my chest, right? This time, the right foot tips back, right? And make sure it just goes straight back. I didn't wobble. Raise that hip up. I'm going straight back with my toe. And I keep raising it until I feel like I'm parallel to this little floor deck here, right? Breathing. Okay. And then I see if my right hand will come to my hip. Press down that left foot. Stand up nice and tall. Almost there. Hand comes down, and then the foot comes down. Back again, folding. Again, this time, wrap the arms around. Fold. Then inhale, press down, arms wide. Up we come. Back to the heart. All right. Okay. So now we're going to make our way down to the mat, but I want you to keep the block nearby. Okay? So we're going to inhale our arms up. We're going to exhale and fold. We're going to step our right foot back. Knee's going to come, then the left knee, right? Our hands are right underneath our chest, right? We're going to do a quick little cat-cow motion, right? So we'll inhale, stomach go down, chest chin up. Then we'll exhale and on. We'll inhale, and then we'll exhale. Inhale, exhale, and then release. Now I want us to come up into a down dog because we're going to use our down dog a little bit in our cat-cow, okay? So first, let's experience the down dog first. Curl the toes, and lift the hips up, and push back. Right? Pushing back, walking my heels a little bit, right? Walking my dog, getting a little stretch. Back to my heels. Press down through my palms and fingertips, right? And then I'm going to come back, bend the knees, and back down I go. Okay. So how this is going to work, I'm going to inhale and go in this direction to do my cow pose. But when I go to do the other one, I'm going to exhale up and back. So I'm going to come down, inhale, come with me, exhale, push back. Inhale, cow, exhale, down, dog. Inhale, cow, exhale, down, dog. One more time. Inhale, cow, exhale, down, dog. Bring your knees down, bring your knees wide, toes together, right? And then bring this block over here in the front of the mat, and then extend back. Now when you extend back, you get your forehead on the mat. I want you to reach your hands forward and hold this block. So it's almost like I'm holding the block, but then I'm going to push it out further to still hold on to it so I can get a deeper stretch. You'll understand what I mean when you do it, right? It's almost like first I go down into the pose, I can feel the block, but then I'm going to inch my elbows up a little more and push it a little further, and then have my hands on either side of it. Breathing. Nice deep breath. Breathing deeply. Now from here, where I am with this block, bend your elbows, lift the block up off the mat, and bring it here. It's almost like you're trying to put it on your back a little bit, right? So I have it here, and then I go like this. The fact of you holding the block is increasing the stretch. Because see, I had it here, and now I'm bringing it back, but I'm still having to hold it. It's different than just bringing the arms back. Holding the block will help to create a different sensation in the back of the shoulder blades. Sweet of them, can you move just a little bit for me? Just a little bit? He's like, no. I'm going to be right here. Bring it back forward, right? And then last one, right? You're like, oh, what else, Abby? Scoot right here, Coach, so they can see. Okay, so now I want to bring it where I can almost put my chin on it, right? Right? I'm still in my wide-legged child's pose, right? Put my chin here and extend my arm. Look at that. Whew. I know you're like, Abby, what's happening? But I'm getting into all those crazy little spaces in the body. I swear to you, I didn't make it up. I watched the sequence, and it was all about surrendering and releasing. And I was like, yeah, after this, I would definitely surrender. Okay, my chin's on the block, right? Hands come back. All right, and we're going to twist it out a little bit, right? So I'm going to put this here. Arms going to come up. Thread it under. Oh, I felt my back crack that time, right? Arms stretch up. There we go. Definitely got a spot. Bring the left hand back. Reach up, right? That hand comes down. Thread, right? This one underneath. Palm is facing up. Woo. Bring the right hand back and come up, right? We're going to come up to all fours. And we're going to stretch it out a little bit, right? Left leg will go back. Bring it up. And then we'll extend our right hand. And then release. Right leg will go back. We'll lift it up. Left hand will come up. And we'll release. One more time on either side. Left leg back, up, right hand up, and release. Right leg back, up, left hand up, and release. Okay? And then we're just going to flow a couple of times before we go and flip over. So I'm going to come back, nice in the cow pose. I'm going to inhale up. Half push up, exhale lower. Inhale up, cobra. Exhale back. Inhale up, half push up. Exhale lower. Inhale up. And exhale back. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale lower. Inhale up. Exhale. And we'll come up, and we'll come over into a seated pose. All right. From here, we're going to get in a little bit of a spinal twist. Okay. So the thing I want to do is make sure I'm sitting flat on my sit bones. I got my knees and toes facing upward, right? I'm going to bend in my right leg, then I'm going to cross it over, right? When I cross it over, I want to make sure my foot's flat, and I've got this foot flexed. It's like I'm pushing against an imaginary wall, right? Now, what we're going to do is be twisting in that direction, all right? So, to help me with the twist, I want to first inhale my arms up so I get nice and tall, right? Get a ton of space in my spine. Then I'm going to turn to the right, right? Now this left elbow is going to be on the outside of that right thigh as this hand comes back behind me. So this is kind of helping me to push myself a little bit in my twist. And I want to, you keep twisting. I want to turn this way so I can show you. Sometimes when people do this, right? See how the elbow is here, pressing? Like, almost like I can press a little bit more to help me twist more, right? I've seen some people bring this hand up, and really, that really is going to have you really work and hold that back because you don't have this back arm. And you figure out that feels like too much of a challenge, but I wanted to show it. Sometimes you have to listen in your body. As soon as I did, my body was like, maybe you can hold for a little bit. Well, there you go. I just needed to know what I was doing. Now I relax. Nice deep breath. come back around. I bring them both up, down, undo my legs, right? I bounce it out, and I swish, right? To get into that hip joint. Bounce and swish. Okay. Now I'm going to do the other side, and I'm just turning so I can see you, right? Left leg bends, I cross it over. Right foot, cycle. Pressing against that imaginary wall, right? I lift the arms up, and now I'm going to the left this time. Right forearm is on the back of that left thigh. And this left hand came down behind me. Again, it's helping. Good. Push in this direction or push like this. It's trying to give me that other extra added push. I know what I did last time. Felt my back crack. I think I'm getting an adjustment, right? Chiropractic adjustment. There's a little bird up there on the thing. He's going like this. He's just looking at me like, what are you doing over there? Bring the arm up, right? Put this on the other side. Just so the body can feel it on this side, right? Almost there. Arms go up, right? Back forward I go. Undo this leg, straighten it. I wiggle. Then I do my little windshield wiper. Give me my little joint there. Okay. Now we're going to start to lower to the mat. See if you have your little block or a pillow of some sort, right? Okay. So we're going to bend our knees and roll back like a little ball. Right. Make sure I'm in the front right here. Rock side to side. Okay. Rocking side to side. Okay. First thing I'm going to do, put my feet down, and I'm going to take either my block or pillow and put it between the legs, right? Helping me to pull my legs together. Give them something to squeeze and focus on, work these inner thighs, right? Hands are going to be at my side, palms facing down. My feet are flat on the mat, right? As I press down through my feet, I lift my hips up and I squeeze this block of the pillow. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe. Keep holding. Keep squeezing. Squeeze your glutes too. Don't make your lower back do all the work. Squeeze the glutes. Right? All in those muscles. Almost there. Then slowly lower. Right? Move your block, keep it nearby. Bring knees to chest, rock side to side. Alright. We're gonna come back, feet on the mat. Now this next one is almost like an inversion in a way. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your block, or if you have a pillow, you're going to lift the hips up and you're going to put this block just underneath your sacrum, right here, right? Almost in like that supported bridge. I know. Alright, so I'm kind of in a little supported bridge right here, right? Let the body feel that first. my back. First, I was supporting myself. Now I'm letting the block support me. Nice deep breath. Obi, come here. Come here, Obi. Come here. Open up the squirrels. Okay. All right. Now from here, what I want to do, look, I still have the block here, but I'm going to bend my knees toward me just a little bit, right? So I lifted them up off the mat. I still have this block underneath me. And then I'm going to straighten my legs, right? This is why I said it's a little bit of an inversion. Now the legs are up a little bit. It's our legs up the wall without the wall, right? Breathe. Nice deep breath. Keep breathing, holding, right? Legs straight. Almost there. I'm not going to make you hold it too much, but just a little bit more. Okay. Right. Bend the knees, right? Bring the feet back down. Lift it up. Take the block out. Bring knees to chest. Rock side to side. Alright. Now let's get in a tiny little spinal twist, right? Where we're laying in this position, right? So we're going to do it more where we're just going to bring the knees to chest like this, right? Then I'm going to have the arms out like I'm forming the letter T, right? And then I'm going to just let them fall. Knees are together. See, knees and feet are together. It's just going to fall to the left. And then I'm going to turn my gaze to the right. Gently bring the knees back to center, right? And kind of hug them in for a second, but then I'm going to straighten. Reach above the head, point to the toes. Then come back in, hug them in, right? And the arms are going to go back shoulder height. Inhale, exhale, let them fall together to the right. And let my gaze go to the left. Now for our final relaxation, what I want you to do, I'm on my mat. I'm going to take my legs to the outer edges of my mat, right? And one thing I can feel too is I can feel like I need to make some adjustments here on this part of my body. And to make sure my shoulders are flat on the mat, I reach straight up, right? When I reach straight up, and then I can bring them back down, and I can feel them flat. Then I just let the arms go straight out. It's almost like I'm taking up tons of space in the floor. Breathing. Nice deep breath. We hold you here. And I'm gonna read something to you while you're relaxing. Anything can be overcome. The journey that each human being makes through this earthly existence can have hardship as often as it is touched by joy. When we encounter adversity, the stress we feel can erode our optimism, eventually convincing us that issues we face cannot be overcome. But in truth, there's no situation so dire, no challenge so great, and no choice so bewildering that it cannot be overcome. Though we may believe that all avenues have been closed to us, or that our most conscious efforts will come to naught, we are never without feasible options. The best course of action may be veiled in doubt, but it is there. When we are honest with ourselves with regard to this simple fact, we can overcome anything because we will never stop looking for a solution to the challenges before us. Remember that your destiny is a product of your own creation, even when it seems you have nowhere left to turn. There's a solution waiting for you. The only insurmountable obstacles are the ones you create in your own mind, and these can only exert power over you if you let them. Uncertainty will always be a part of your existence, but perseverance and mindfulness will never fail you. Try and remember that no matter what life places at your feet, there's absolutely no situation that you cannot resolve with time, love, and friendship.
In this moment, all the earth stands still. Time unwind.
Slowly bring movement back to the body by beginning to wiggle your fingers and toes. And then go back into that great stretch, right? Arms above the head, draw the knees into the chest, rock side to side. And then roll to one side. And gently bring yourself up. Okay. Hands lightly on the knees, shoulders down and back. Okay. Come back to our easy seated. Eyes closed. Bring the palms together right at your heart. Okay. Thank you, ladies, for coming to practice with me. As always, the light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste.
Oh, say